top of this list in terms of grading would be Christian Pulisic. He has done what was anticipated and what was hoped for, in that he has hit the ground literally running for Milan. He is scoring goals. He was named their player of the first month. And more importantly, he is vital in terms of that attack. So it's not even just the goals he's scoring, but the involvement in the attack, even some chances that he's missing. He's putting himself in good places, and not for nothing, he's staying healthy, and I'm going to knock on wood because that's not always the case when it comes to Christian Pulisic. But so far, so good. Forza Milan, Forza Pulisic going forward. It could not have started better in terms of his Italian adventure.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful to see Christian Pulisic playing with a smile on his face and loving the game? And it was a tough time for him at Chelsea. And look, that was the worry. Signing from Borussia Dortmund, big money move, goes to Chelsea. And in fact, his production was pretty good over a period of years, but it was inconsistent. It was up and down. You're at a club where constantly changing coaches, new players coming in. And look, he got to a point at the end, he wasn't trusted by his coaches. He wasn't getting opportunities in big games. When he did, he performed. And then yet he's back on the bench. So I think you saw this arc of Christian Pulisic. And my hope is, and what we're seeing, the early signs of that at him at Milan now, is this is a guy that's loving playing soccer. And the way he looks when he plays for the national team. So now getting that at the club team, he's got a coach that believes in him. He's playing in a system where he's getting on the ball, and he looks.
For those that
look at that, there's
those
the
that are
smile.
watching, they can see. I mean, he's dribbling with the ball. He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more in terms of, when you see a player that is playing with joy and happiness and is having fun.
Yeah.
And maybe it's easier because we can juxtapose it with the frowns or the body language. I know we read a lot into body language, but this is a guy who is having fun. He has a new lease on life. I will say this, and maybe I'm going to defend my friend and our friend and colleague at times, Landon Donovan, because there was a time a couple months ago when it was all up in the air, and obviously it was the frowny Christian Pulisic, where Landon had suggested the possibility of the Galaxy coming back to MLS, and the Galaxy splurging and kind of making a big statement. But that was in the context of what if he can't continue? What if he can't find that joy? And even though the rumors were out there of the possibility, it was not a sure thing. And it's still not a sure thing. Things can change. He can knock again. I hope he doesn't get injured, but just form, whatever, all that things can happen. But for now, this is going well. And I think, I don't want to speak for Landon, but I think he would look at this as this is the perfect scenario. In the same way that when he comes with the national team, he just felt like something was lifted off his shoulders and he could relax and he could be, he could have joy in the way that he played. Now that we're seeing that from a club perspective, we are going to be the beneficiaries. Start out on this Saturday when he's back with the national team. But I will say, had he done what Landon had suggested, it doesn't mean that he wouldn't have found that same joy and wouldn't be the same player. That he's doing it in Italy, I think everybody is happy. Everybody wants this to continue on. And he's getting an incredible experience in a completely different culture on the field and off the field.
Yeah, but not just that, but he's doing it at a high level too. So that would have been the thing with MLS. There always would have been the but from certain people. Well, he's playing with a smile on his face. He's scoring goals. He's happy, but it's not in the Champions League. It's not at a big club. And I think for now, as you said, it is the perfect situation for him. That also comes, though, with him performing and him maintaining these consistent performances to make sure he's in the starting lineup. And then how does it react if and when maybe he gets dropped and he's out of the lineup, or he has a dip in form? That's where I think we're going to find out how much he has matured as an individual and how much he has learned from his experiences at Chelsea.
Have you also seen that just from a pure tactical perspective, he's showing up in a lot of places for Milan. So I know we kind of put him in that left-sided winger position, and I think that's where he is best. But he is pulling down low. He is showing up even on the other side. He is being, and I love that because he's being given kind of carte blanche from an attacking perspective to go wherever he wants, and not making things more difficult and cluttering things up, because he can do a lot of different things.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.